Men are not gonna be, wifing up these schmutts. That was a short-lived window.
Money on my mind, 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 money on my mind. So money is all I think of. Money on my mind, money on my mind.
What up? It's Hugh Flynt, Playboy the Hustler. Welcome to my page, Hugh Flynt's Philosophy. You already know what I need y'all to do. Bang that like button, bang that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell so y'all can rock with me every time I drop a new video, you heard me? Now, today I want to get into the thought culture. We need to cancel the schmut culture. It's not funny no more. It's not fun no more. And we just need to straight eliminate, we need to eradicate all of these schmutts, these liberated schmutts. It's terrible. And it's teaching our young girls that everything's okay, that's cool, the hoe phases and all of that. But it's damaging, all right? Like, it's, and not only do we need to cancel the thought culture, but we actually need to start showing some love to women that have morals, that have dignity, things of that nature, because I think one of the major reasons why women are embracing the schmuck culture is because they think that that's what people love. That's what gets attention. That's what get likes, views. That's what gets, attention when they're out and about. But if we as a people would ignore that, as men, I feel as though it's our responsibility to just ignore that and show the women some love that have morals and have values and things of that nature, and reward them with our attention. If they are, I feel as though if we do things like that, then that will kind of help shift and, take the attention off of the women that are thots and shed some light on the women that actually value their body. All right. So, here's the thing, man. It's damaging. All right. Promiscuous behaviors is damaging. Like, especially in women. All right. Now, before y'all get into the whole, well, what about men? Okay, it can be damaging in men as well, but not even close to how damaging it is to women. And like, okay, so there's some emotional damage it'll do, some psychological damage for sure, but some, like, in comparison to the damage that it does to women, it's very little. It's very little. Like I said, it's basically some psychological damage. For the most part, it just makes men not trust women. That's like the primary thing that I see, so in my opinion, it just makes men not trust women, especially when you've been dealing with promiscuous women. You've been the side dude a couple times, or the guy that a woman is cheating on her husband with. And when you go through stuff like that, yeah, it makes you not really trust women because you know what they're capable of. The levels that they cheat on. I get into that in my video about side dudes. And so, the guys that have been through that, I've been one of them. And yes, it brings some distrust there for women. But it's not all bad, because sometimes it just makes you, be more realistic. You're no longer naive. You understand that, women are human beings and they're capable of lying just like a man or anybody. Just, they're not special. They're not exempt from manipulation and lies and things of that nature. And you see what level they do it on. And so, yeah, there's some psychological damage, but in comparison to the psychological damage that it does to a woman, It's very little. That's pretty much that, right? And so I want to get into basically the psychological disconnect, right? So it's really harmful to our girls, to our young girls especially. It really affects their future relationships. And so a lot of people say you have to pretty much be mentally screwed up to be promiscuous and sleeping around. And then there's some people that say sleeping around is what mentally screws you up. And so I'm not here to debate which one comes first or which one is the cause of the other one. You know, regardless of what you think comes first, I think we can all agree that there's a connection. There's a connection between, you know, giving your body away to just anybody and having some mental issues. All right. There's a connection there, regardless of what plays a part, what's the cause and what's the effect. All right. So we all know decades and centuries ago, women didn't sleep around. The thing about that is there were benefits. And so, you know, when they saved themselves, they were more likely to get married because men just didn't marry women that slept around. And if you slept around, you know, were not even of value. One of the reasons why women weren't promiscuous schmutz back in those days is pregnancy, right? You didn't want to just have a baby out of wedlock, and you know, you don't know whose it is. They didn't have DNA tests back then, and so it was just, you know, like if you're not married and you get pregnant, then nobody really has to even take care of it. So, you know, you're just a schmut with a baby, like, and nobody to take care of it, nobody to take the child support court, nobody to call a deadbeat baby's dad on the internet, you know, no state welfare, none of that. You just a schmut with a baby, and you know, you can't get no handouts or no child support, none of that, right? So, you know, that was one of the reasons for them to be more reserved. And then birth control came along. And so now women could pretty much escape involuntary reproduction, or, you know, get out of it once they were into it, basically. Then there was diseases. So, you know, and before they had like the STDs that we got today, that's like crazy. I know syphilis, was it syphilis or chlamydia? One of them Johns, and that was deadly. That was like their AIDS back then. And so I think Al Capone died from it, if I'm not mistaken. Like people died, like it was crazy. So, you know, their diseases was like a big thing. And then, you know, they came up with some medicines for that, you know, to hit you with a shot, take a pill, whatever, and get you, you know, and then condoms, and, you know, and condoms, you know, prevent STDs and pregnancies. So all of that together, it pretty much lessened the likelihood of there being consequences. You know what I mean? So the consequences pretty much decreased for those couple reasons right there. So the only other reason for women to be reserved was social reputation. You know, that was like the last thing that was like, okay, you know, now you'll be shamed if you just but that's it. You can get out of the pregnancies, and you know, you can pretty much lower your risk for diseases, but the social reputation is there. And then, you know, that changed. That changed over time with sexual liberation. But initially, you know, sex before marriage, you know, even if you could beat the other stuff, you're an outcast. You're an outcast. You might as well go work the brothels. You know, I was talking about that in my Bridgerton review. There was no middle ground. You know, you were either married or you worked the brothels. That's it. You was a schmut. And so once you're outcast, your value's gone, your family's value's gone, and your reputation is in the mud. So men are not gonna be, wifing up these schmutz. That was a short-lived window. Know what I mean? That's like gonna be over really, really soon. We need to just stop, pushing the whole schmut narrative. We need to stop promoting the thot culture. We need to stop praising thots. Like, if you're gonna praise anything, you should praise the type of woman that honors her body. A virtuous woman. I think it's just crazy that and I get it, because once women start wilding out, we was having fun, everything was wild, we was crazy, the cameras came out, and it's been bananas. But then over time, it's like, well, everybody wants to be a schmut. So where does that leave the men that want to have somebody? My sons, I don't want them doing what I did. I don't want them just running around stabbing everything that they could get their hands on, because I know that does have some psychological damage. And I definitely don't want my daughter to be getting stabbed on because she sees all the women in her life and all the women around her, and she just thinks that's normal. We're showing them one thing, but then they're seeing another thing, in school, online, in movies, and all of that stuff. So that's when the social conditioning comes in, and it's like, yo, if we can do something, let's do it, And I feel like praising thot culture is one of them things, man. Yeah, a lot of women only do it because they get attention from it and all of that stuff, and it seems to be popping. But if it wasn't popping, nobody would do it. Just like back in the day, being a schlor wasn't popping. You was an outcast. So no women wanted to do that. Yeah, of course it's fun doing it. But if you weigh having fun and being an outcast versus maybe having fun with your husband and being good, or even if you don't have that much fun with him, at least you're taken care of and you're not living in the slums, then you kind of weigh the risk with the reward. But now there's really low risk and all reward, because men are still wifing schmutz. But like I say, that's changing. And so, the next generation, because I know my sons they gonna know all of this red pill knowledge. Know what I mean? And my daughter's gonna know it too. But at the same time, we have to do everything we can. We can say things to our kids, but the best thing is for them to see it. I don't want my kids to see schmutnish popping. Nah, I'm doing everything I can to show them that that's wrong. That's not popping. Schmutness is not allowed. Schmutness is not good. Schmutness damages you in more ways than one. All right? So, I feel as though we got a responsibility for the next generation. We need to normalize moral behaviors. We need to encourage our young girls to be virtuous. Not like, yeah, girl, get it. Not like, that's whack. You really want these little girls to grow up and not have a husband, because it ain't gonna be like it was how I've been the past 20 years where schmutz is getting wifed. I'm telling you, them days is over. We gotta value virtue. The women that are virtuous, show them some love. Push them forward. Them should be the ones that's really, really getting the accolades and things of that nature, the badges of honor. We giving badges of honor to the wrong type of women for all the wrong type of things. And that's pushing the culture of, morality. Women being moral, not giving their body away, not being a schmut. And another reason why it's more damaging to women than it is to men is just the whole pair bonding thing. With every partner, it becomes more difficult for a woman to pair bond. Like, you know, and it's been a hot topic for a while, and I'm not gonna really go into it because that's a whole nother video. But those that know, and if you don't know, Google it, pair bonding. And so, you know, that each partner, it really makes it more difficult for the female to bond, you know, with her future relationships, even with her kids in the future. Like, her pair bonding gets damaged. And so, like, it's extremely important that we just don't push that narrative to our kids. Like, we gotta make sure we show them the right way, or that gender war is gonna keep going. So if you want your daughters out here with 5 kids, 4 babies, dads, you taking care of all the grandkids and all that, then keep pushing what you pushing. Keep letting your kids twerk and, you know, watch these videos with women with pasties on and all of that. Keep letting that be what it is. Keep putting these thoughts on a pedestal, giving them all the attention and all of that. And the women that are virtuous, show them no love. Keep doing that, and then just watch it transpire, B. Yeah, man, so it's all about the future generations for me. So, you know, that's my video. Make sure y'all comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. So you already know what it is. Bang that like button, bang that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell so y'all can rock with me every time I drop a new video. You hear me?